Assalamu alaikum, shalom, grüß Gott, bonjour, privet, dobar dan, and welcome to this video. In this one, I will talk a little bit about this amp, the Audiolab 6000A Play. Now, the antennas are here. So, now, I will come straight to the point. This amp made me love my speakers. I was hesitating. I didn't know if I should sell my speakers, the ELAC Wähler, if I should keep them. I had speakers I loved a lot before I had the Wählers, and those speakers were the Technics SBC 700. My wife asked me to sell those and keep these, and it was okay. I was okay with that. I think treble is better with the Wählers. So when I say better, I think the Wähler is very special when it comes to the treble. It is very airy, very detailed, and still so smooth and non-fatiguing. I think in that regard, the Wähler is very special. Not only at its price point. I think the price point doesn't matter. It is special in that regard. Now, I have the ELAC amp on the left, the DSA101G, and the Cambridge Audio 851A on the right. I paired this amp with the new Prime Omnia WR1 to stream and compare it to the Audiolab. And let me tell you one thing. I will keep the Audiolab. And maybe it's the built-in DAC. Maybe, I don't know. The Cambridge Audio 851A is more powerful, but I will call it 6000A Play. It is special, and I will tell you one thing I experienced with it, and that made just, how do you say it, drop my jaw. I think it's like something like that. It was really mind-blowing, and it is so mind-blowing what this amp made these speakers do listening to Spotify, and Spotify Hi-Fi is not out yet. So it's like I was listening to an MP3, and what these speakers did, powered by this amp using its built-in DAC, was is so crazy. Now, there was one experience I also loved, and that was when I used this DAC, the Project DAC Box S2 Plus. I used that between my streamer, the Omnia, and the Cambridge 851A. And that was crazy. So this DAC I showed you, this DAC is really sounding amazing with its first filter, the optimum transient. I think it's called optimum or optimal transient. That is crazy, but I don't have it anymore because it broke. I had to return it, and they told me they can't repair it because they don't have the parts that are needed. So that was the only combination I would rather choose. I would choose over the Audiolab because that was really crazy. Now, and this DAC I've shown you, this DAC costs about, I think, 300 euros now. And it is just a DAC. No volume control, nothing, just a DAC. So all of this, these two and the DAC, cost more than 2,000 euros. And the Omnia WR1 costs, I think, almost 400 euros. And the 851A from Cambridge costs, I think, 1.5, or officially it costs 1,800 euros. But you know you can get it cheaper. Now, what is so special about the Audiolab 6000 A Play? Let me tell you what I experienced. I've listened to my playlist. It's called Audiophile Hi-Res Hi-Fi HD. So, and there is a song down, I don't know where it is. These are almost 400 songs with almost 24 hours. Now, I've listened to a song called Say a Little Prayer. It is a live version, and it is by a female singer called, I guess, Lian de Havas or something like that. Lian La Havas. Now look, it's this lady, and the live version of Say a Little Prayer. Something happened here. Now, when I listen to music at night, because at night it just sounds better, and that's not snake oil, it just sounds better, at least here in this flat, I turn off the lights like this. And usually I know where the speakers are. I know it. I mean, I know where I'd put them. But with that recording, I couldn't hear where the speakers are. And that was the first time that happened with these ELACs, because these ELACs are not concentric or coaxial speaker. So there's no point source like that, you know, when the tweeter is in the middle of the mid driver or the mid bass driver. Now, the speaker disappeared completely, really completely. And that is something I didn't hear in this room before. I just saw a huge soundstage. And when I say huge, I mean sounds were coming from here and so on. And I thought to myself, how can that be? Is that the DAC within the Audiolab? I have no idea. I have really just no idea. And I know it is always the implementation of the DAC. Not only the DAC. Of course, DAC can be better or worse, but the implementation is, I guess, even more important. Now, and that was the moment when I said, yes, I love these speakers and I love this amp, because I love hearing, or my brain loves hearing, right? And as a part of me, right, my brain told me, keep this. Now, and I will keep it. I'm curious how the Audiolab Omnia sounds. I would love to hear that too, and I love listening to CD, so I could use the built-in CD player. And I know most of the time built-in CD players sound the best. And it's very hard to compete against that. So, and there is another song that was nothing but crazy, really. This was maybe even more crazy. And that is by a very talented guy called Jacob Collier. I guess you know him. I mean, this guy plays maybe 12 million or 12 billion instruments with one hand and 20 billion with the other hand. And the song is called Hideaway. Where is it? It is from an old album, Hideaway, maybe from the 2010s or whatever. Now, and when listening to Hideaway, again using the using the Audiolab 6008 Play, something happened. And that was really crazy because it was not only wide, the soundstage, it was also high. And oh my goodness, I mean, you can listen to that song, Hideaway by Jacob Collier. There, it is crazy. There are 1,000 instruments, and they are all popping out everywhere like this, and the soundstage is full of instruments and it is crazy. So again, I listened with my lights turned off. I couldn't see anything, and usually I can hear the speaker. I can hear the location of the speaker. But with this amp, with the 6000A Play, I couldn't. And that was the moment when I knew, okay, there are levels to the game of digital music. And of course to analog too, but crazy. It is so crazy. And this has the ESS Sabre 9018. And there is the 9038 built into the Omnia by Audiolab, and also built into this guy. This has, where is it? Maybe you can read it here. Nope. Nope, they don't. Ah, it is here. ESS Sabre 9038 Q2M. So this has on paper the same DAC as the Omnia by Audiolab, but of course the implementation is different. Now, this is crazy. This is crazy. And you know what is crazy? What's the most crazy part about this amp is, usually I love a lush mid-range, and this amp doesn't have a lush mid-range. It is very neutral, but it is so I want to say delicate. It is so transparent. The air between instruments is, how can I describe it? It is so easy to distinguish each and every instrument on the soundstage. They don't come close to each other. So um, it isn't that one instrument veils the other. It is crystal clear and so articulate. That's the word I was looking for. It is so articulate. It is amazing. Really, I love this amp. It has a sweet treble, not tilted at all, and it has really good bass control. And when I say good bass control, now this, the 851A, has much more power. So you will get more bass out of the Velas using that amp. But I didn't miss anything with the Audiolab. It is really, I mean, I love it. And you see my cables. I did those cables. I think they are great. They are from AudioQuest with Nakamichi banana plugs. And I have a new pair by Ölbach. And I will talk about these cables because these are special. They have silver plated cables for the treble and copper for the mid-bass driver. And I will try these and I will A/B compare it for my own. I think I can't give you a sound demo that shows the differences, but that's for another video. Now, back to this wonderful amp. I will talk about this amp even more in another video. When I only talk about it, I will also talk about the software, the app, because it sounds great. The app is, I would say, mediocre. It is okay. The app of this one is nothing but amazing. It is really, it is, I think it is amazing. Really, for all the couch potatoes, you will never have to stand up. If you have a smartphone, this amp will always make what you want. It is really a dream, but it doesn't sound as good as the audiolab. And you know what? This amp has a even lusher mid-range than the audiolab, but not, it doesn't come close when it comes to the mid-range clarity and mid-range snap factor. It is, I really love the 6000 A play. And that's it for this video. It is again too long, but I talk so slowly. I'm sorry guys. I love this amp. 6000 A play. And I hope I will have the chance to listen to the audiolab Omnia. So I like to say, don't judge Gear by its review, not even by my videos. I will give you a sound demo too, of course, using the Velas as my speaker. And if you have the chance, listen for yourself. Don't judge Gear by its review. And have a nice day or night whenever you watch this. And see you in the next one. Bye bye.